Alright, me old China. Nah, I'm glad you've come to have a butcher's at my new YouTube video. Might not Adam and Eve it, but most Londoners will probably know what I'm waffling on about. I'm not telling porkies. Now, in this video, I'm going to tell you a little bit of information about Cockney rhyming slang and how you might use it. That's so that when you visit London, you won't get it all Pete Tong. Hello and welcome to Simple English with me, your teacher, Callum Hems. Today I'm going to teach you a little bit about Cockney rhyming slang. So where did it all begin? Well, it was born in London in the 1840s. Some people think that it may have originated with the street sellers and the marketers so that they could talk to each other without the customer knowing what they were saying. Other people think that it may have originated with criminals so they could talk to each other without the police officers knowing what they were saying. Either way, let's have a look at how it works. So let's start by taking a word like stairs and turning it into a Cockney rhyming slang phrase. First, we need to think of something that rhymes with stairs. So in this case, let's take the word pears, as in the fruit, a pear. That is quite simple, so what we want to do is make the phrase a little bit harder. In that case, we usually add a second word that is related to our rhyming word. In this case, we will use the word apples because it's also a fruit. So now we have apples and pears, and that rhymes with stairs. The next step would be to remove the rhyming word, and that is where you get your code. So in this case, we just have the word apples now. So I can say the phrase, I'm going up the apples, which anyone who knows Cockney rhyming slang would know that it means I'm going up the stairs. And that's how we make our phrases using Cockney rhyming slang. So, I'm going to now give you 8 phrases in Cockney rhyming slang, and you're going to have a guess at what they mean. Let's get started. And here are the phrases. Adam and Eve. Butcher's hook. Rattle and clank. China plate. Dog and bone. Porkies, and this one came from pork pie. Treacle, which came from treacle tart. Pete Tong, like a name, Pete Tong. Now let's examine what they mean. So the first phrase was Adam and Eve. What rhymes with Adam and Eve? Or what rhymes with Eve, the second word of the phrase? Believe. And that's exactly what it means. You might not Adam and Eve it. People in London might often say the word, I don't Adam and Eve it, mate. I don't Adam and Eve it. Do you Adam and Eve it? Second phrase, butcher's hook. Well, what rhymes with hook? That would be look. And you would shorten this phrase and remove hook, in which case you would just say, have a butcher's. Can I have a butcher's? Wait, give me a butcher's. That means, can I have a look? Rattle and clank. I'm just going to the rattle. I'm off to the rattle. Rattle and clank. Maybe you got this one. Bank. China plate. So plate rhymes with mate, which is friend. And we would often shorten this just to China. And like I said in the introduction of this video, me old China. All right, me old China, how you doing? So, hello my friend. How are you doing? Hi all, I just want to interrupt you there before I get to those last 4 Cockney rhyming slang phrases. And I want to remind you that if you like this content, please hit that like button and subscribe. Also, if you want to become a super subscriber, you can sign up for my notifications, in which case you will be notified every time I release a new video. Thank you so much. Please leave comments below and let's get on to those last 4 Cockney rhyming slang phrases. And so we have dog and bone, which you might have guessed is telephone. So again, we can drop the bone and we can drop the and bone and we just have the dog. Give me a second, mate, I'm on the dog. Yeah. Whose dog is that? If there's a phone ringing, you might say, whose dog is that? I really like that one, it's great. Then we come to porkies, which came from pork pie, which you might have guessed rhymes with lie. So my dad used this a lot when I was growing up. Don't tell porkies, it's not good for you. And moving on, we have treacle, which comes from treacle tart, which rhymes with sweetheart. It's a bit harder to guess this one. You might have got it, and if you did, that is great. But let's use it in context. All right, treacle. It is a bit of an old-fashioned pickup line, which now does seem a little bit misogynistic if it is related back to those times. All right, treacle, how you doing? You all right? Some people in London might still use this. Be careful with it. But I like it, it's a lot of fun. And last we have Pete Tong, which is a name. I don't know if there ever was a Pete Tong, maybe there was, but it rhymes with, maybe you guessed it, wrong. I think you're Pete Tong, mate. Now I don't know, I might be Pete Tong, but just have a listen. Are you insane? I think he's Pete Tong. Now I want to see if you can understand that introduction of this video again. So I'm just going to replay it here, and I want you to listen carefully for what I've just taught you. Here we go. All right, me old China. Nah, I'm glad you've come to have a butchers at my new YouTube video. Might not Adam and Eve it, but most Londoners will probably know what I'm waffling on about. I'm not telling porkies. Now, in this video, I'm going to tell you a little bit of information about Cockney rhyming slang and how you might use it. That's so that when you visit London, you won't get it all Pete Tong. All right, I hope you better understood that introduction video. So there you go, you've just learnt some Cockney rhyming slang. And I want here to put a bonus one in for you, which I heard a couple of years ago, and it is this. I think it's your turn to get the Britneys. Britney Spears, beers. I think it's your turn to get the beers. I think it's your turn to get the Britneys, mate. So that is another great one that you can use in your London toolbox. And I have some homework for you, yes indeed. In the comments below, what you can do is create your own Cockney rhyming slang phrase. And who knows, maybe it will turn out to be one that is already regularly used. Now, I'm just going to think about what I have here, and I have my giraffe. What rhymes with giraffe? Laugh. And I could say, I think you're having a giraffe, mate. Meaning, I think you're having a laugh. Let's go in reverse and think of a code I want to use for book. What rhymes with book? Maybe cook. What is similar to cook? Well, I could say chef, and I could say chef and cook, chef and cook. Then I could take the first word only, that would be chef, and I could say, wow, look, I've got a lot of chefs here. Now, bear in mind that is one that I just made up, and I don't think any Londoner would actually know what the hell I was going on about, but that just teaches you how Cockney rhyming slang works, and it's a lot of fun to play around with. So that's all from me today at Simple English. Again, I would like to remind you to hit that like button and subscribe and turn on your notifications. So thank you so much for watching. Have a good week, and I'll see you in the next video. Ta-ra!